Hello. The title of this podcast is Life is More Enjoyable When You Have a Practice, a well-being practice. I was reflecting on why am I at peace so much more than I used to be? And well, the answer to the peace part is I don't have these distracting thoughts going on all the time about what should be different or judging people or resisting what is the reality of the current situation. So that's one reason. Another reason is that I'm not bothered by things that are outside my control anymore. I mean, it's rare that something outside of my control bothers me, and that's taken some practice. Initially, it was challenging because I was used to being bothered by everything that was outside of my control, and then I began to give that up. It doesn't mean that I don't care about those things. I just don't become so identified with them that I lose consciousness of what's what's within my control and what's not, which causes suffering. Now I can identify something that may be out of my control, and then I can think of intelligent ways in which to kind of affect it, which again is outside of my control. So I may be very limited if there's anything I can do at all. And then the next step would be to accept what is. And then when an opportunity comes to influence it in some way, let's say, I don't know, you are applying for a job or something like that, and you don't know, or trying or applying for promotion, like some of that's outside of your control. And so you let it go, and you leave it into the hands of the people that are going to be evaluating and making that call on the job or the promotion. In the meantime, while that part is taking place outside of your control, what you do is you be rooted in the present moment and enjoy all the goodness that is in front of you. So let's take travel, for example. Almost every aspect of travel is outside of our control, from traffic on the way to the airport, or if we're taking a road trip, whether or not the vehicle what the road conditions may be on your trip. So all that's outside of your control. But I see a lot of people get very, very upset about what the traffic situation is. A flight could be delayed. You get there, the connecting flight isn't on time. Your luggage doesn't make it with you. Whatever the case may be, once I was able to recognize, thanks to my practice, and distinguish the things that are outside of my control, they no longer bother me. Been on quite a few delayed flights since I began to practice. And now that I don't let them bother me, I'm able to be calm and peaceful. And I spend my time doing other things. One, staying rooted in presence, working on grad school or working on a project, or just simply doing nothing except just being present and being grateful, and observing all the goodness that's happening around me. Families traveling together, seeing people reunited, at the airport or whatever the case may be. Now I am able to see goodness in situations that before all I saw was what was wrong and what needs to be different. So life is much more enjoyable. The same that is true for work and for other people, is that now that I have a practice so that I am less inclined to judge people, talk about them, confuse their behavior with who they are. Now that occurs a whole lot less. I'm able to enjoy people more. I'm able to see beyond my limits that I and barriers that I have erected for them. I'm able to see beyond them, to see the goodness that's there. Life is so much more enjoyable when you have a practice, because you don't become bothered by things that are outside of your control, and you can accept and appreciate all the beauty and goodness there. So, I mean, think about this. If you're on hospital service, or if you are in a situation where you're understaffed, all of which are outside of your control, right? To some extent. If you let all those things go, what is left is this amazing opportunity to serve and contribute to other people. Like, isn't that beautiful? The same thing when you go home, right? You get home, the house is not clean, or somebody, didn't say hello, or people are engaged in their electronics. In that moment, a lot that's outside of your control. Like, they're the masters of their own little universe in that moment. And if you can let that part go, right? And what you see is you see, oh man, we have this great, place that we are living. And it has all this activity going around it. I'm just going to sit back, take some breaths, and I'm just going to take it all in and be grateful that my loved ones are safe, that we're together. Like, wow, right? That's the goodness that's there. And then if you come in with that kind of energy, you can start to engage in conversations and start asking about their day instead of making them wrong for however they spent their day. There's so much goodness there. So again, life is more enjoyable when you have a practice.